This video is meant to show you everything you need to do to plan a trip down the Coulonge River, which is in western Quebec on the border with Ontario. The Coulonge River is in the traditional territory of the Algonquin people, and as I mentioned, is in western Quebec. Its headwaters are in the Parc de la Vérendrye, and they run south to Fort Coulonge, which is the town at which the Coulonge River flows into the Ottawa River, and where it meets, there's a huge gorge at the bottom, which you will take out well before. Here it is on a map. You can see that Fort Coulonge is here on Route 148, which leads west out of Gatineau, if you're coming from the Ottawa area. Or if you see here the Trans-Canada Highway, Route 17, there is a couple of bridges just south of Pembroke, and another bridge further south where you can get to Fort Coulonge. And in Fort Coulonge and environs, you will want to meet up with someone to shuttle your boats to the top of the river. So there's really a couple of options for put-in for the Coulonge River. You could put up as high as Parc de la Vérendrye, then you could have a 2 or 3 week descent through first flat water and then through the length of the Coulonge River. That's a magnificent trip, quite an undertaking and logistically quite involved. Far simpler is to shuttle up to just below Gauthier Rapids, and that is a 6-day descent. And you can organize that with many different outfitters, including Blackfeather here, the OG outfitter in the region, and they run the Coulonge River with guided trips, which of various lengths that you could take. The outfitter that I've used most and am very comfortable with is Esprit, so that's whitewater.ca, and they will take you for various lengths of trips. It's all on their website. They can rent you canoes and gear, but also simply shuttle you to your put-in point. And as I mentioned, there's a good 6-day trip at Gauthier Rapids. So you don't have to make reservations at any campsites because it's on Crown land, but you will want to make arrangements ahead of time for a shuttle and for any necessary gear. The essential guide for the Coulonge River is Hap Wilson's Rivers of the Upper Ottawa Valley. There is a number of great canoe tripping rivers featured in this book. The Coulonge is one of the 3 sisters that Hap refers to, the 3 sisters being the Des Moines, the Noir, and the Coulonge rivers. And so he has detailed information about these rivers in his guidebook, including detailed maps of each of the major sets of rapids with advice on how to navigate them, and also with their class designation estimated in different water levels. And it is, while dated, it remains an essential guide for the Coulonge River, covering campsites and portages, and as I say, the river features as well. While you're in the area of the Coulonge River, you will definitely want to check out the Coulonge Park, where there is museums and historical walks and a really interesting vistas of a very impressive gorge at the bottom of the Coulonge River. They also have zip lining and sort of aerial obstacle courses and rock climbing. Very, very cool, and you'll definitely want to check that out while you're in the region. So let me just give you a couple minutes on the actual experience. You can see here there are some mandatory portages. That portage trail pretty well maintained actually, so no bushwhacking there. The river itself, as you can see here, is a medium-sized river with some nice clear rapids there. This video was taken in a July season, so the water's at kind of a medium level for it, and you can see it's pretty smooth sailing there. The river also is quite sandy in places, so you'll find that you will probably end up camping at least a night or two on a sandbar. So you should be prepared for that. There's some great wave action there. There's one of the sandbars that I mentioned. If you see a stick sticking in the sand, it's probably not a piece of art. It's probably designating where someone has used their shovel to make a trench for themselves and marked it with a covered it over and marked it with a stick. So do know that that can be the practice on some of those sandy areas. This video was actually taken in September. You can see that my partner there's got a dry suit on. The water was cold, but the water levels were high. And one of the great things about the Coulonge River is that it does tend to hold its water well right around the season. So that's a great reason to check out the Coulonge River, whether it's in the heat of the summer or whether it's in one of the shoulder seasons. And here's a good shot of us going through a little, probably class 2, maybe class 2 plus rapid. Took a little impact there, and we ended up swamping this boat as we went down. I hope you found this video useful for planning on the Coulonge, and I hope we'll see you out there. Have a great season.